going on, y'all? You already know what it is. This is Tune In Sports. I am the voice for Cavs fans. Shout out to everyone tuning in live, and shout out to everyone that's going to be watching back on the playback. Um, let's talk about it though, man. So I have a bunch of things to touch up on, man. We got the Craig Porter news. We have the Donovan Mitchell stuff, and I want to get to. But first, you know what? I want to get to Dean Wade, man. I want to get to Dean Wade. So apparently Dean Wade might not play tonight. Um, as you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they will be facing against the Chicago Bulls, last game before All Star break, and right now it look like Dean Wade might not play tonight, and we know like we know he was out last game against Philly, where he clearly was missed in that last game. It shouldn't even be a debate. If Dean Wade was out there, things could have probably went differently. And I made jokes about him not being like present because of the Super Bowl, the Kansas thing. I made a joke about that. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl, but right now, like whatever illness it is, well, apparently it's a game time decision, right? And he's still dealing with it. Hopefully he do play. I think we do need him. But I do think we can survive this game, even if he's not out there. He's needed, but I think we could win without him. The Bulls been a lot better than previously early in the season, so they can put up a fight. So I don't want us to go into like how we did last game. We will probably know more when the game gets ready to, when the tip off starts and before shoot around, we'll probably hear about Dean Wade if he's really gonna be ready to go and stuff like that. But if he plays or not, regardless whoever's out and whoever's out for the Bulls, we can't have another game like we had against the 76ers. So let's take this team not for granted and put the pressure on them early. And another thing, Darius Garland, I'm hearing that Darius Garland is questionable also, and that news just came out that I just found out about. So apparently, not only Dean Wade but Darius Garland is dealing with an illness that haven't been really shared with the public. So look out for DG potentially not playing, and look out for Dean Wade not playing. But again, I do think the Cavs should have enough against the Chicago Bulls. That's just my opinion. You gotta make up for that last loss. Get end it off right. Going into All Star break. So I like the Cavs chances, but hopefully Dean Wade is able to play. But um moving right along though, man. The dude that I want to talk about, man, CPJ, man, Craig Porter Jr. Everybody know the news. Everybody got the news yesterday, man. But Craig Porter Jr., I'm happy for the guy, man. I'm happy for him, man. So CBJ, for those who don't know, most should know by now. CBJ is officially off that two-way contract, man. You know, so CBJ, he has a story, right? He has a story, man. Everybody has a story, and I just thought that JB. I know we have a lot of guys in the rotation, and I just thought that JB could have like found some type of playing time. But I know it's hard. It's hard managing these guys' minutes, and especially with Darius coming back. So with CBJ, man, I just want to congratulate him on his new contract, man. We all could sleep at night knowing that Craig Porter Jr. will no longer have to spend any time with the Cleveland Charge, the G League team. Look like he's officially going to be a full-time player for the Cleveland Cavaliers. No more part-time stuff. No more like, oh, where CPJ is at, stuff like that. I think we could finally be cool about it. Of course, we're gonna ask him, JB play him, but nah, he's finally on the roster, man. He deserves it, like for real. He deserves it. It's really cool to see. The fans love him. I've been giving Craig Porter Jr. his props since probably the beginning, right? Since summertime. You go look at my old videos or lives where I've been really high on Craig Porter Jr., the Imani Bates, and the Sam Merrills of the world. Mostly uh Sam Merrill and CPJ Imani. Isaiah Mobley a little bit, but this is about CPJ. On the Cavs just giving Craig Porter Jr. a 4-year contract. At the I don't want to say he had a breakout season, but he had a lot of great moments. A lot of great moments this season. In the time he was given, especially filling in when certain guys been out. Um, you know, so I had to give him his credit, man. He had flashes. He shown like as an undrafted rookie, mind you, he didn't get drafted. He didn't get drafted. He's an undrafted rookie, right? And he had a lot of moments this season that you made you think like, yo, what are we doing? What is the Cavs doing? The Cavs got to hurry up and sign this guy, get him off the two-way because of the potential he's showing and throwing at you, right? But he's an undrafted rookie, man. That's why it's another cool thing about Craig Porter. He's an undrafted rookie. Who realistically he could have been drafted or should have been drafted because he's one of the most talented rookies if you look at like skill and impact and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And he's been a key piece for the Cleveland Cavaliers. One of the key pieces. And you can ask anybody, on the panel that come on here or who be in the chat. I used to talk about Craig Porter after like every game, man. Just acknowledging his talent because, he's very talented, bro. Um, he's cool, he's calm. It seems like he know how to make the right play, man. Very talented. Seemed like a humble dude. You know what I mean? From what I could see, he seemed like a very humble dude, man. He comes to do his job and stuff like that, and never shaken by in a moment. But he just does his job, and I think we got to give credit to like the front office. We got to give credit to Kobe Altman and company, right? Um, because what they're able to do with these guys, the way they develop these guys, the Dean Wade, shout out to the Dean Wades and shout out to the Sam Merrills, but you don't have to buy stars. Like some teams don't know how to draft. Some teams don't know how to develop talent. That's why they always trying to flip something. Um, in this case, he's an undrafted guy, right? But we was able to sign him because we realized the potential the guy had. So shout out to again the front office. Um, Cavs didn't make no moves at the deadline. People's asked like, "Yo, y'all didn't make no moves." Da 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 da. Yeah, the Cavs didn't make no moves at the deadline. But if you ask me, I tell you this: this was probably the best move the Cavs could have made. After the trade deadline, better than any buyout person that's probably out there that the Cavs potentially might look at or might not look at. This is the best move. You locking in Craig Porter Jr. You confirm Craig Porter Jr. to a two-way contract. To a standard contract that's well deserved. And Imani, don't worry, your time will come, bro. Like your time will come soon. Don't even trip about it, bro. Imani Bates will be next, man. It might not be this season, it might be next season, but trust me, Imani Bates will be next. He will have his time. And as far as Craig Porter Jr. goes, he's averaging 6.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 2.8 assists on 50.9% shooting. And I just want to be clear though about this, right? If he was actually getting the playing time, I think he deserves, and I do think he deserves playing time. But I know it's hard, so I can't really go in on JB like how some of y'all might be going in on him. I know it's hard. Like, if he was playing a little more, I think he'd be averaging way more than what I just listed. Um, he'd probably be a top 3 to 5, and in the rookie voting, if he was given the opportunity, of course. Like some of these other guys on these other teams. But quick background story, for those who are new to CPJ, right? Um, CPJ began his college career playing at a junior college. Shout out to the JUCOs and everywhere. Um, but he was at Vincent's where he led them to a NJCAA state championship in 2019. He then transferred after 2 seasons to Wichita State, where he played for 3 seasons before entering the NBA draft and foregoing his final year of college eligibility. So he played through a pandemic season, and he was the first on the first soccer team to win the American Athletic Conference Championship and play in the NCAA tournament, and that was his first year on the campus. So with Craig Porter Jr., like everything with all that, right? Everything he gets, he earned it. He got it out. He grinded for, like, got out the mud. I don't want to seem like I know his life, but like from what is public, like he didn't have it easy, of course, right? Um, growing up, I'm just looking into it more, and I just want to say, like, I'm happy for bro. Like, seriously, like we are fans. Like Craig Porter, we are fans, man. Like I can like relate also. Like I know about the junior colleges. I know about trying to stay on the right path, man. I just it's hard, your environment, but like Craig Porter Jr. is a success story, man. I think Craig Porter Jr. gonna have a bright future, man. Um, he's 6'1", 6'2" ish. I'm gonna say 6'2". Point guard from Indiana. He plays bigger for his size, man. He can grab rebounds. He occasionally gets blocks on players. He can pass. He can create for himself. He's a team first player, man. He's always looking to pass before scoring. I can say that about Craig Porter Jr. He's definitely looking to get his guys involved. He's the same age as Darius Garland. Well, I actually take that back. I think DG just had a birthday, so he's 1 year younger than Darius Garland. So they no longer the same age because DG just had a B-day, right? So I can say that. Um, but for me with Craig Porter Jr., I can see somewhere down the line, right? And it's just me, man. It's just me. I can see him down the line becoming probably like a most improved player of the year, man. Like if he gets the opportunity, and right now, the future is definitely bright. He's definitely gonna be the future backup PG. But I could see him like getting awards like that. I could see him potentially becoming maybe an all-star one day, man. I know I'm premature with what I'm saying, but I can see that though. The guy is good, man. And I hear people like I heard people in other chats like, yo, what do you think we get back for CPJ? Yo, we gotta trade CPJ with some assets. I'm like, I'm in a chat. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I'm like, what you mean you trying to trade CPJ? Like, this shouldn't even be like a topic.
Shame. Shame.
I'm like, this shouldn't be a topic, man. What are we talking about here? Like, I'm like, you could be a fan of the team, right? But that's it. Good thing you not running the team, because, no disrespect. That's just idiotic to even suggest something like that, man. Trade CPJ is crazy, man. I mean, sheesh, man. I heard it all, man, but CPJ though, man, nah, you can't trade CPJ, bro. Can't do that to the man. Can't do that. But again, with the trading thing, like Cleveland not going to be doing no charity work. You know what I'm saying? So like most of us knew, like we knew, like he would be the future PG, right? JB, like early, on, right? He trusted CPJ more than he trusted, the other guys. I don't have to name. He trusted him to run the offense, and I think he did a good job. I think he did a great job. Not a good job. I think he did a great job. And with getting off that two-way contract, he's now able to, be in the playoffs, be available for the playoffs. Versus if he was still on the two-way contract, he won't be able to participate for the postseason. Like the guy, like last season with who was it, Diakite, I think, because Diakite was on the two-way contract and he wasn't gonna be have a availability for the playoffs because he was on a two-way contract. That's how it works. So Craig Porter Jr., he's not on that two-way contract, so it's good, right time, I guess. Well deserved. Best move the Cavs made this year, in my opinion. Best move, man. This year is the best move they made, man. Shout out to CPJ, man. He deserved it. 4-year contract. I don't really have the full details on exactly what is what, but it's definitely a 4-year deal, right? That was the news yesterday, man. Um, but let me move right along, man. Shout out to CBJ, man. Imani Bates will be next, man. But let's move along, man. So MVP, right? I had a lot of people want to talk about MVPs and what is an MVP, right? That's what we know who's gonna potentially win MVPs, but if you ask me like who is the MVP, I have a different answer, of course. Now, in my opinion, Spider should be an MVP candidate, right? And he is. He is. He is. Right now, he's currently Donovan Mitchell is currently seventh in MVP voting. But he should get more recognition, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? So let me play this quick audio. Bear with me here.
Frankly, I think it's just based off of last year's playoff performance. That's basically what I think it is. Which, you know, I don't. You're good. No one's asked me this. I think it is what it is. I'm going to continue to be who I am for this group, but I think it's a product of our team as well. Like, we're not getting that recognition, that level of recognition, because of the way we finished the season. So ultimately, at the end of the day, they don't put my name in there. They don't want to. I'm just going to continue to play at the level I'm playing. But I feel like I deserve to be in that conversation. I feel like the work shows for itself. I'm not one to go out there and vocalize and go out there and just do it. But ultimately, it's not up to me. At the end of the day, just got to continue to be the leader that I am. And when April comes, take care of business.
I mean, you see the numbers. You see the stretch that he had this entire year. If you just watch the Cavs, I mean, you would definitely see it. But we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I mean, he's a great guy off the floor, but on the floor.
And that's a lot of people problems. A lot of people problem is they don't watch Cavs basketball, right? Let me continue.
It's amazing. He's just super elite at what he does. He gets in his spots whenever he wants to. He score at any level. Get his teammates involved. He's always a leader. Always trying to encourage somebody. So I think that's what the MVP stands for, and especially if you're second in the East. That comes with it as well. And, as long as we keep winning, the single accolades will come after that. So hopefully he will be in the MVP category for sure, as he should, even though he doesn't get as much respect as he did.
Yeah, I think it's motivation. I'm not going to say I don't want to be in those conversations and those talks. I'm not going to say I don't want an MVP. I definitely do. It's a goal of mine. I felt like, I was first team last year. I'm not going to deny that and say, that I don't, feel that. But ultimately, for a group, for us, understanding that, look, like, on the end of the day, we got to continue to build ourselves. And it comes to April, that's when it counts. It's, I don't want to call it unfair. It's just the way it is. Like, it's a regular season award, but you're judged based on a lot of your success in the playoffs, no matter what you do in the regular season. So understanding that and, like I said, taking care of business, not getting too high, getting too low with this run, but understanding that, when it comes time, April, we're building good habits. When we get to April, we can handle business and make a push. I mean, frankly,
That could be a reason, right? That could be a reason why people look how they looking, with the Cavs. It could be based off of last year and how they view. Because if you ask me, like, I still have to defend the Cavs when people say this about the Cavs, and it's not really fair. But I get it because what happened last year when the Cavs should have. Let's be honest. Everybody thought the Cavs were going to beat the Knicks, but the way the Cavs went out, I understand why people don't want to trust this team. I understand why people don't trust Donovan Mitchell. He hasn't had he has playoff success, but he hasn't really got there. He hasn't gotten past, you know, to get to the conference championship and win it, right? So it's just like I get it, man. Then this Cavs team, y'all can't trust them. So y'all have to see what this team does in the playoffs. So I get all of that. And that's how you feel, right? It could be that, right? And maybe and there's other guys that are playing, they're having some good seasons as well, right? It's not just Donovan. So I don't want to just say Donovan's doing it all, man. He's just the best in the world. I don't want to do that, man. But it's just like it's not fair. But like you said, it is what it is. You can't look at it like that, man. Life ain't fair. I mean, when Russell won it, when Russell Westbrook won it, right? His team wasn't in the greatest situation. It wasn't just dominating, right? It wasn't at the top of the standards, but it's because of what Russ was doing. Russ was doing the triple doubles thing, right? And I just feel like with Donovan Mitchell, I think Donovan Mitchell is gonna have to like raise it to another level. If like it's a long, I don't know. I don't. If you ask me, I'm gonna say no. He ain't gonna get it. I would want him to get it, and he wants to get it for himself. But if you ask me, he would have to like. He already elevated his game. He already playing the best basketball you can ask him to play. But I think he would probably even have to take it a little more after this All-Star break, turn it up even more if he really want to be getting a recognition. The Cavs will have to get the #1 seed. Like stuff like that will have to happen. It had to be a reason, like to be put on notice. Like Cavs getting second in the East and going on this run without their second and third best player. Okay, you get a little coverage, right? The media is noticing, right? It took them a while though, but it's just not. It's not enough, right? Um, it's not enough, man. He's 7 in MVP voter, man. I don't know why Sabonis is ahead of him. I know why Sabonis is ahead of him, but I don't know why he's ahead of him. I get the double double, triple double thing. Cool. But do I think he's going to win MVP? And I'm talking about Spida Mitchell. Most likely I'm gonna say no, man. Probably not. Like most likely it'll probably be Joker again. That's who I think. That's who I got. That's who I'm leaning on. But I don't think that means Donovan is not the real MVP here. So let me further explain, right? Let me further explain. I see you in the chat. I see you, Thomas. I see you in the chat, man. You say you tagged me, son, on Instagram. I gotta check it out. Tom is crazy. My man, shout out to Bubba, shout out to Andre 76. He said MVP should be an entire season thing, not a 10 or 15 game stretch. True. I mean, MVP, we know MVP is a regular season award. Most valuable, player, man. And for me, um, I guess you could say, oh yeah, you like the Cavs. I think Donovan Mitchell is the real MVP. If you ask me, now if you go on by stats, of course, you could pick somebody else, obviously. But if you asking me who's the real MVP is, the real MVP to me is Donovan Mitchell, man. And let me further explain, right? Let me just further explain. Let me play you this audio right here, right? This was you'll get the timeline when I play the audio. You'll get when the timeline. It's from my people's podcast, right? They was all on the panel. This is around the time when Donovan Mitchell lost his second and third best players. So let's play this audio real quick. Do I have it? Let me see. Do I have it? Bear with me here. Do I have the audio? Give me 1 second. This is around the time Donovan lost Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. Here we go, right here.
I'm not that big of a fan of
y'all see that Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell probably out, and Evan Mobley probably out for like 8 weeks.
Yeah, the Cavs are done.
Yeah,
I think they finna make some trades.
Yeah, D Mitch might be on the move. Soon.
He might be. You're right about that.
He might be on the move. Same with Jared Allen.
Do y'all think they messed their rebuild up by trading for D Mitch?
Yes. So they accelerated it too much. Mobley wasn't ready yet. They hadn't figured out the fit between him and Allen. That team wasn't ready, I don't think.
Yeah, they went too fast.
I'm not that big of a fan.
Y'all see that
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You're a music artist.
Musically.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not disrespecting me. You just kicking facts. Oh, you kicking your opinion? No, listen.
I said that from the
listen,
beginning.
Charlotte. Is that an opinion or is that a fact?
I would think it's a
an
fact.
opinion.
No,
Ain't
I
no
would think
goddamn fact.
These are all
Is that an opinion or is that a fact? Sound like a lot of opinions. Because still the story is still being written. We still in this, we in another chapter, but the story is still being written as we speak right now. The story is not complete yet. The Cavs still got to finish their story, right? So I you heard that right there, man. They was already saying the Cavs was cooked around that time, right? Everybody thought the Cavs was done, bro. It's crazy, right? I understand, man. And no, I don't think they messed the rebuild up. No. And anytime you have a chance to trade for whether you want to look at Donovan Mitchell as a superstar or all-star, I look at him as a superstar. But anytime you have a chance to trade for a player like that, Kobe Altman, the GM, was not going to miss out on an opportunity. The Knicks missed and he made it, man. He got it done. And we did deals before with Utah, so it was an easy transaction, man. So no, I don't think so. And the story is still being written as we speak. So to say that they messed up, I don't know. I get the Evan Mobley thing. You stun his growth, and then you said you trying to fit. Well, it looked like we figuring it out now to fit with Allen and Mobley. It looks like we figuring it out. It look like we. Let me play you this right here, man. So you heard that the Cavs is done. So let's play this right here.
Us as well, and it is time, Ralph.
Yes.
For the dumbest take this week.
Yes. And I think it's something that I have to do some research. And sometimes I take it personal, like MJ does, you got to take it personal. And I think it was NBA Central is the name of the name of
we
the
got
handle
it here
on X. And this tweet, it's important not only what he says, but it's a quote from NBA Central, which he says the Dunk Central. He says, "I have no idea what the hell is going on there, but it ain't good." And the quote is supposedly from a league source on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this was on December 15th. Now, if you look at the calendar, this is right after the in-season tournament, which means we were already down Garland and Mobley. And if I'm not mistaken, around that time is when Donovan Mitchell went down. Yeah. Right?
Right.
So it was kind of easy to see what the hell was going on. And this was made after we have gone on that road trip where they added the game for Miami. Right. We beat Miami without Mobley. Then we went to Orlando, beat Orlando, and then flew overnight to Boston to play the next night against an undefeated team, still at the time, but 15-0, I think 14-0. Lost that game. Lost the second game where we lost Darius Garland. And that's around the time when he tweeted, "There's something, what the hell is going on? I don't know what's going on." Well, what the hell is going on here since that tweet was posted?
Yeah, we looked up the record, Booby. 11-3 since that tweet.
That's what's going on here, NBA Central. Dumbest take of the week of the month.
Shout out to whatever my guy's name was.
Yeah, it's like the Dunk Central. That's the name of the handle.
Yeah, the Dunk Central put it out there.
People tweeting that didn't age well at
all. It
all.
was via Steve B. Hoop.
You know what? That unknown league source needs to be named.
Right.
Right?
They always like to throw rocks and hide their hands, right? That's what they do.
Especially when you miss it like that.
Shout out to the Cavs for making him eat his words, baby. Way to go. Guys.
I just don't know, did somebody actually say that, or was that just them putting that up there?
I think it's just like clickbait.
I don't know that anybody I don't know that sentence actually came out of somebody's mouth.
That's like how the internet is, though, Nick. Like it really, they have so many people that shouldn't be talking have a forum to say words, and they say things like that, and they be dead wrong. You know what I mean? So that's all that is, Nick. That's somebody with an opportunity to voice an opinion, wrong as I don't know what, and we got the opportunity. We had the opportunity to prove it.
And that's what happens too in this day and age of social media, when Mobley and Garland went down, and the first thing you hear is Donovan Mitchell's asking to be traded.
Right.
It is so far from the truth, from what the guy. I think it's an insult to what Donovan Mitchell is as a human being and as a professional, to actually go out and think that that's how you're gonna get likes and that's how you're gonna get followers or whatever it is that they're after. Thank God, I have never been on that side of the business that I need to say something to get that because I need to either sell my
Right.
articles or
Right,
show my boss
That's what it
that
becomes
you
about.
know. And that's why I guess I'm lucky because I'm on the side of I just call what I see and
Right.
with the mic on, right? And so, but it's all, sometimes I think it's irresponsible
Mm-hmm.
because now it gets repeated so many times and it becomes a fact.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
start repeating it and it doesn't happen just in sports. I mean, politics. God forbid
Right,
you say
right.
something. You know, everybody start repeating it, but that
And trust me, yo, it's a lot of fake report. Like y'all gotta stop believing everybody that say something, man. Stop believing everybody that put stuff out, right? And I'm getting a little off track here. But like, there's a lot of people that's putting out fake clickbaits and stuff like that. Don't even know it could be. It's far from the truth, you know. And like you said, you know, it start getting repeated so many times. People look at it as a fact, and it might not even be true. It's to a point when the rumors it starts to overrule the facts. Rumors will start to overrule the facts. That's how it goes. You know, you hear, long enough, man. And, you know, that's to go after Donovan Mitchell trade rumors and everything else, man. Because people, you know, it is what it is. People want to have fun with it. You want to get your views, go for it. I don't care. But besides that, you know, it's the same platform. They was talking about the platform that said what they said. They don't know what's going on in Cleveland. It's the same platform that said Darius Garland was getting traded for Damian Lillard, which was far from the truth. But okay, but I played the audio and I played this right here. You know, shout out to Booby's World, shout out to Booby Gibson and you know the guys, man. Good work over there, man. Um, I played the audio because I just wanted to put that and tie that into why Donovan Mitchell is, in fact, my MVP, man. You know, happened to go through what he's gone through, happened to go through, you know, the trade rumors and you know some of these guys, you know, been in trade rumors. It could affect they play. You know, I'm talking about the other guys that's in trade rumors, but man, the Cavs was able to figure it out, man. Since then, since that audio was played and the tweets was sent out about the Cavs not knowing what's going on is looking bad. Since the injuries, the Cavs became the hottest team in the NBA. Over the time, as we build, the Cavs became the hottest team in the NBA since them tweets, since the audio, since people said this and that about the Cavs. It was a whole 360, bro. A 360. You know? Since then, right? So they became the hottest team. They became a top 5 team if you include both conferences. And then you look at it, the Cavs currently is second in the East. And to see where the Cavs was at, where they were struggling, you know, early in the season, you had bottom feeder teams celebrated because it was early in the season, and you look at them now, they all the way down the standards now, right? That's why it's too early. Like I don't know why people get excited, you know, at the beginning of the season, man. You gotta let the season play out. A lot of things change, man. Everybody that's at the top ain't gonna stay at the top, man. Um, but you saw the Cavs struggling early, not being consistent, not winning games and losing games that was winnable, losing to dropping a game against a bottom feeder, right? So you see all that stuff going on. You see them dealing with injuries since the preseason because people want to talk about the Knicks. People want to talk about this. Oh, they playing without the cool. You playing without them guys. Whoopie do. You know the Cavs been doing it longer. The Cavs been dealing with injuries since the preseason. People felt nobody want to mention that. That is crazy to me. But again, you don't watch Cavaliers basketball, so that's why I'm here to say what I got to say. The Cavs been dealing with injuries since the preseason. Jared Allen was out. I think I remember talking to Bubba about it. I think Bubba came on the show and we was chopping up. He was asking about Allen if I could, if I could remember. Allen was out. Darius Garland was out. It's like, bro, they was already hurt before the season even like kicked off. And then that first game back, I remember it came back that Indiana game. I remember that. It was the Indiana Pacers game. And I think they lost to the Pacers. Yeah, they lost to the Pacers. I don't know if that was the end season tournament. It could have been just a regular game, but they lost to the Pacers. But what I'm trying to say is, right, dealing with the injuries in preseason, you losing, then you go to losing your second and third best players, and Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. That was tough. Donovan Mitchell dealing with injuries. We no excuses, but he was dealing with hamstring injuries, but there's no excuses. We don't have to bring that up. But I'm just trying to like clarify certain things, right? So you go from missing Evan Mobley and Darius Garland, and then you have people saying the Cavs are done. I get it. I get it. And then you have people saying Cavs, they gotta trade Jared Allen. You gotta trade Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell. You gotta trade them both, man. It's over. And of course, you got some people that trying to pull these stars out the smaller markets. You want them to go to the bigger market, man. We get it, man. We know how it go. It's corny, but we know how it go, man. We know how it go. Shout out to the Lakers, right? But yeah, man, you go from trading Allen to Mitchell. And mind you, Jared Allen was in trade rumors before the draft happened. That was trade rumors that he was going to the Pelicans, right? That was trade rumors, right? And a lot of Cavs fans felt a certain way after the playoff series. That's why a lot of people was in their feelings. I was in my feelings after that playoff series against the Knicks. Everybody was in their feelings, Trey Allen. But if you look at today, you see like that wouldn't have been the right move. Not trading Jared Allen was the right move, and it pays off if you're looking at how the season had turned out. But I'm getting a little off track here. So the reason why Donovan Mitchell is my MVP, we dealing with the injuries. You dealing with your second and third best player being out. Trade rumors, right? And then look, you still have people saying they trading for Donovan. You have people out here saying that because he didn't sign the extension yet. This is all because he didn't sign the extension yet. It's not that he said, "Yo, I'm not re-signing with the." Like he didn't say. It's just he's not ready to sign the extension yet. It make more sense to make more money next year. Like people don't use their brain, but it's all good. But I'm just saying this, right? He could still leave Cleveland. That's a possibility also. Let's not rule that out. But the trade rumors, it's a lot of fake news, false reporting, being thrown around, but that's them, I only worry about Cavs business. But for what Donovan's been doing, when people say the Cavs was done, Darius Mobley being out for a month, Darius and Mobley having them crazy injuries, it was big, right? That was big because it could have went the other way, and the Cavs could have struggled, and they could have probably panicked and say, okay, Donovan probably could have like, yo, you know, let's get me out of here. But we didn't fold, and Donovan since then, right? He was a lead guard since DG had to go out with that injury. We found a new identity. Like it was like I don't want to say a blessing, but it was just everything happened for a reason. We started dominating teams, and without Donovan Mitchell, mind you, the Cavs wouldn't be second in the East. The pressure he puts on defenses, like allowing his teammates to get going, in this time he became a better leader. People questioning his leadership. People questioning, is he really a leader? Is he really a number one? He can't be a number one on a championship team. That's what people are saying. And I don't agree with that. That's opinions. If you want to say facts, okay, because you're going about, the history of Donovan Mitchell so far. But look, I don't agree with that. I've been watching him, he can be that guy. He can. Who said guards can't be that guy? He can be that guy. Donovan is a great leader in my opinion, man. People say he's not a leader. He's a great leader in my opinion. Great leader, bro. He became a better leader. You talk about his playmaking skills, right? And I think Bubba, shout out to Bubba, man. He be on the money sometimes, but like he be recognizing this the best we seen Donovan playmaking the ball. He's having a better year. You can make a case he's having a better year than last year. You can make the case, and I'm gonna say, yeah, he is having a better year than last year. Andre 76 said MVP should be an entire season thing, not a 10 or 15 game stretch. MVP is a regular season award. And MVP is for the most valuable player. And that's why I'm at with it when I say Donovan Mitchell is my MVP. Yeah, it's early. But right now, yes, he's my MVP. Yes, Spida is the most valuable player to this team. I think he proved it more, like especially after the Cavs lost Darius and Mobley. Let's be clear here. Donovan Mitchell should be an all-star starter. I had the votes. You go to my community post. Everybody vote for Donovan. But of course, them votes don't count. This is my channel, my page. The media, the NBA, that's what counts. I don't have a say in it. But if you ask me and you ask the people who subscribe, they'll tell you, yeah, Donovan over Damian Lillard. They'll choose Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson over Damian Lillard. Let's be real. Let's be clear. No hate to Dame time. I just think Dame time, he been a little off this season, man. You could bring up the other stuff, but I just think guys deserve to over Damian Lillard. That's just my opinion about it, right? You can look at, the politics. We could get to that. We get it though, right? But this is the best Spider we've seen in his prime now. He's fourth in the league in scoring. He's averaging 28 points. He leads the Cavs in assists at 6.3 per game. He's averaging a career high in assists. He's averaging a career high in rebounds. He's averaging a career high in blocks. He's averaging a career high in steals. 1.9 to be exact. And you could say, yo, the points. Okay, the points are similar to last season, but it's still the highest he ever scored, ever. You know what I mean? So he's playing offense at a higher level while when DG was out, and he's still doing it while DG here. DG, he's playing at a high level of offense, and he also running the offense at the same time. And he's playing defense. It's hard, like as a point guard, like the responsibilities you have for Donovan, because you gotta look at it. He gotta score the ball. He gotta get his teammates going, create opportunities. And he's playing defense and trying to guard these other guards and whoever's in front of him. He's not like he's playing defense. That's a myth. Donovan don't play defense. That's not true. And since he got to Cleveland, he's bought into the system because the Cavs are a defensive team. Donovan don't play no defense. Come on, man. Y'all better go look at the tape or something. Like, what we talking about here? In college, he had to play defense. He could play D, man. He played defense. Don't let nobody lie to you, man. And he's getting to them passing lanes. He got a long wingspan. He definitely be getting a lot of steals, but he's at a career high, all that stuff I mentioned, right? In the points, the highest he ever scored. Leading the Cavs, he's got top 2 defense. Speaking of defense, top 2 defense in the league. And I said last year, right? I said, yo, he should have got all NBA first team. I forgot who got it over him, right? He made the second team, right? So I said, yo, he should have got all NBA first team. And he felt like that too, right? And this year, he should get an all NBA, whatever it is. But the media don't give Cleveland the respect, that I think they deserve. And y'all just have to understand that, because You don't have a LeBron James no more, man. LeBron is not here no more. When LeBron was here, it was a whole different story. You see the LeBron, you see the Cavs when LeBron was, and I hate to bring LeBron up, but when LeBron was here, you see the Cavs on ESPN and everywhere, man. The Cavs was always on TV, bro. When LeBron was here, they always was, being talked about, man. Yes, okay, the LeBron effect, man. Yeah, he built something, in Cleveland and came back and, won a championship, but he just kept the Cavs relevant, right? And Donovan Mitchell coming here, it's not the same as LeBron James, but he's doing the best at like keeping the Cavs relevant, Having a star like Donovan Mitchell definitely get more eyeballs on the Cavs, versus just having Darius and Mobley on the team, because they're not gonna really want to talk about the Cavs. So like, I don't think they get the respect they deserve. I think it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for us, for them to be back on the map. And having a star like Donovan definitely helps. But if you ask me, Donovan Mitchell is my MVP, man. He's the best guard in the NBA, and it's just that, bro. It's just that, and I think it would take the Cavs and I don't think they will get the number 1 seed. I think we're gonna finish top 2, obviously, but I think it's gonna take the Cavs to get to the finals to get that real respect. I think to really put respect on Donovan's name, man. But excuse me again. You ask me who my MVP is. Yes, Jokic probably will win MVP. Shea probably will win MVP, but I think it's gonna be Jokic. But the real MVP is Donovan Mitchell. That's it. But yo, man, like, comment, and subscribe, man. You already know, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in live. And shout out to everybody on the playback. Game tonight. Let them know. Go Cavs.
With the 49th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Imani Bates from Eastern Michigan University.
That's a way to respond, right? Understanding the moment, okay? Taking a lesson, learning our lesson, and then applying all the things that we talked about. The effort that you guys put in on the defensive end of the floor was phenomenal, okay? That was textbook Cavaliers defense. And then the offensive end of the floor, we shared it, we attacked the paint, we got what we wanted, okay? That was a phenomenal job. Congratulations to this group, okay, for achieving something as a unit that we've never done before, okay? But we ain't done yet. All right, let's go. Yes, sir.